Hi, this video is a tarot reading for the sign of Leo. I will be using two decks today. I'm using True Black Tarot by Arthur Wang, and this is Tarot the Abyss by Anna Torian. So, let me get this other light on over here. There we go. Right. Okay. That's good. Okay. Um, So I'm going to draw 3 cards from this deck, the True Black Tarot, and then I'll get the major energies from that, and then using the other deck, we'll dive a little bit deeper and dive deeper into the message using the other deck. Oh, excuse me. I just took a little mini break here, made my daughter some migas, and now I am resuming with my tarot readings. So, trying to get back into the groove. We do have a dinner to go to tonight. Today's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. All right. So, this is for the energy of Leo, however you identify with Leo, wherever it is in your chart. All right, here we go. So 4 of Cups in reverse, water energy. Then we've got the 3 of Wands in reverse, fire energy. And then the King of Pentacles in reverse as well. All of these cards are in reverse for you, Leo. So let's see what is going on here. Okay, so King is our only court card. And so the King of Pentacles, he's heir of earth. And then we've got fire and water here. So I get the feeling of like a kind of a stuck, maybe a suspension type energy. So with the 4 of Cups in reverse, you know, that card is usually depicted as that person sitting under a tree. He's got 3 cups in front of him, and then um, he's being handed a cup, but he's not even paying attention to the cups. It's just like he's just aloof. He doesn't care. He could just really care less. And so, and then we've got the 3 of Wands here, and that is that's a focus on something. That is deciding what it is that you want and really making a plan and going after it. And so then we've got the King of Pentacles here, and that is really understanding and being in charge and of all of your resources and things that you've built of your resources. I kind of get an emperor feel of him, like a mini emperor, in that he's a great builder. He is very in tune with what's going on in his environment. He's understanding the needs of those and whatever else is in his environment. He's a builder. So the feeling that I'm getting from these cards is that you're kind of in a situation where you're just not really sure where you want to go. You're just kind of like you you have an idea where you want to go, but you don't really know how to get it, and you don't really, it's just kind of, I get the feeling of just somebody who is maybe just not very focused and not very goal oriented at the moment. So we're going to dive deeper into this message, Leo, and see what's going on with that, okay? This, again, is the Tarot the Abyss by Anna Torian. And if you're interested, I did do a flip through of the True Black Tarot, and I posted the link. I will post the link in the description. So I don't have a flip through of Anna Torian's deck, but this is a mass market deck, so you'll be able to find it. And there is a flip through, many flip throughs of the True Black Tarot on YouTube as well. So all right, one more good shuffle. We will see where you are at with this 4 of Cups in reverse, Leo. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Wands, fire energy. That's positive. Then we've got the Queen of Swords here. Then we've got the Two of Wands. Okay, well, I mean, like I said, you have that desire to want to do something. You want to get something started, and the feeling and the emotion is there. However, with this Two of Wands, you're still kind of looking at your options. You're still trying to figure out exactly what it is that you want. The desire is definitely there. It's just really you're needing to put this into action, and that's what would be this Three of Wands here. It's in reverse for you, so that's either held up, and because it's here, I do feel that you are desiring to do something to make your life a little bit better, make your life a little bit easier. It's just that you are just kind of confused, like a little held back. You don't know where to go. Maybe it's time to consult someone. Ask a parent. Ask a somebody who's kind of been through this, somebody who's a little bit older and wiser than you, and see where it is that you need to go. Though I don't really feel that this is necessarily that you don't know exactly what you need to do. I think it's more has to do with your internal, like your spirit, like your spirit just doesn't, you don't have that internal motivation to move forward. So let's see what that's about. So Six of Pentacles, Earth energy. Then we've got the High Priestess, Major Arcana, and then the Moon. So what I'm seeing here is that you really need to understand why it is you don't have that inner motivation here. You need to understand yourself. The High Priestess is all about knowing thyself, knowing your inner magic, knowing your abilities, going deep diving and understanding what it is that you truly want. And then we've got the Moon, and these two cards are related. The High Priest is very much in tune with the Moon, and the Moon is all about discovering the depths, going deep inside, and finding things out that aren't readily apparent, finding things that are hiding in the shadow. And so what I'm feeling here is there might be something in your past that has happened to you that has put you in this mindset or this spirit set where you're lacking that internal fire. You either it was never cultivated within you as a child, or it could just be something that you're going to have to overcome in this lifetime. Perhaps it's something karmic, something that's following you across timelines, across lifetimes, and it's just something that you're going to need to overcome within this lifetime. And you're going to need to find that spark. And that's kind of what I get with these two cards here, is that you really need to discover that spark and find out how you can access that energy. So let's read this King of Pentacles. So we've got the Devil in reverse, and we have the Page of Swords. Okay, interesting. I'm sorry, the Five of Swords. I don't know why I said page. So Five of Swords, and then we've got the Fool in reverse. So big energies here, I see. High Priestess, the Fool, the Moon, Major Arcana is, and the Devil, these are all really big energies, and it's telling here that they're in this little foursome here. We've got the Devil and the Fool both in reverse, and the Devil is it's about fighting that internal what is that? So what's a better way to put this? The Devil is kind of like, I think of him as kind of like a mask. He kind of holds us in bondage, right? When we don't want to face reality, when we don't really want to look at things the way that they are, we do other things, we put other things in their place. Like if we don't want to access our feelings of vulnerability, let's say we'll start taking drugs and drinking alcohol. If we don't want to, I mean, we can work a lot as well. If at any time that we're trying not to face something, something's giving us pain, causing us pain, we will cover that up with another activity that will sort of mask it. So in that way, we're held in bondage. We're not allowing ourselves to express that what needs to be expressed. So we're covering it up, and that the thing that we're covering it up with is what is holding us in bondage, because we're keeping this inside, and it needs to be expressed. And so what I'm seeing here is you creating your own world. It's really, you're holding yourself in bondage. And it's looking like it's something has to do a little bit with your ego. I don't know exactly how this is really, how your ego would be holding you in bondage. Let me see. Let me sit with this for a moment. And I think maybe it's because that you kind of feel like maybe you know everything, right? Like you're already in charge. You're not really taking the advice of others. You're trying to find your own path, so to speak. And so, but with the Fool being in reverse here, that's kind of like folly in a way. That's kind of an incorrect way to be looking at this. And I feel like the Devil and the Five of Swords, this little matchup here, this is what is holding you in bondage. It's not necessarily the a way of covering something up, but it's more so that is holding you in the actual bondage. It's the fact that you think that you know everything, that you're that the advice that is given to you by others is not true, or that you know better, or that yeah. So I feel like it might be it's your ego that's kind of keeping you from from moving forward. So overall, I do see this very stagnant energy, but I am hopeful here because of the High Priestess and the Moon card. Both of these cards, they're all about discovering ourselves, discovering our true selves, and understanding things that are hidden, things that are not really apparent. And if you can get deep within inside yourself, do that deep dive that the High Priestess likes to do. Go deep in the depths of your psyche, of your soul, and find out what it is that is going to give you that inner passion, that inner motivation to to help you to make the changes. Oh, I just noticed my little lamp's not on. I'm gonna turn it on really quick. Okay, there we go. Just to give you something nice to look at in the background. So, so we really dive deep in there and really try to understand where these feelings are coming from. And if it's something that's karmic, it might not be something that is going to be readily understood. It's going to be understood in an abstract kind of way, and it's going to be like this aha moment, but it's going to be an aha moment that's really abstract, and all of a sudden you're just going to come to an understanding, and you're just going to shed that way of thinking, that way of being, that feeling of just of listless, of being lost, of not knowing what to do. And that's indicative of some kind of karmic situation, is that there's no rhyme or reason that you can really think of that happened to you in this lifetime. Is because it happened to you in a previous lifetime, and then all of a sudden it's like the veil is lifted and you're just like, oh, okay, I'm ready. I can do this now. And it's just going to take, like I said, some deep diving with this high priestess energy. All right, Leo, that's what I have for you. You've got some work cut out for you, but I really feel like you can do this. You've got that heart, the heart of a lion. You know, you've got that power and drive to do what you want to do. It's just you've got to overcome these hurdles, and you've got to be tenacious at this. You can't just be like, oh well, all right, I tried today. You know, you've just got to keep pushing at it and pushing at it. So read some books. Read some books about. I wish I could give you some titles, but I can't think of anything right off the head, off of my head. Hmm. Yeah. I just can't think of anything. I'm very sorry, but I think, you know, reading some books about coming spirituality, maybe some self-help books. I would stay away from like those people that are real fast talkers and really trying to like make a quick buck and stuff like that, and people that are using a lot of those buzzwords, you know, um, and just but you've got to find something and open up your mind so you can get into a new way of thinking. You have to get into a new way of looking at the world and processing things, because this listlessness that you have is just it's something that's going to be a little bit harder to overcome, because it can be akin to depression, you know? Like depression, the best thing to do for a depressed person is to get outside and get some exercise, right? Put that as the last thing that a depressed person wants to do. And and so be doing this this tackling this situation is going to be just like that. It's going to be the last thing that you want to do, but it's going to be the medicine that you need to get you going. All right. Well, that's what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and I will see you next reading. Take care.